टोमेटिक मसाला पीछे चला जाता है।
We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the state. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. Thank you.
Now we would be beginning with the reading of fundamental rules. Everyone kindly stand up for the fundamental law.
I would request everyone to repeat after me. To abide by the Constitution and respect its ideals and institutions, the national flag and the national anthem. To cherish and follow the noble ideas which inspired our national struggle for freedom. To uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India. To defend the country and render national service when called upon to do so. Harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India, transcending religious, linguistic, and regional or sectional diversities, to renounce practices derogatory to the dignity of women, to value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture, to protect and improve the natural environment, including forest, lakes, rivers, and wildlife, and to have compassion for living creatures, to develop the scientific temper, humanism, and the spirit of inquiry and reform, to safeguard public property and to abjure violence, to strive toward excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity, so that the national constantly rises to higher levels of endeavors and achievements. Who is a parent or guardian to provide opportunities for education to his children, or as the case may be, born between the age of 6 and 14 years. Thank you.
केलस ना फोन करो मैं समझ जाएगा वो भाभी
Sharma.
Welcome you all to the valedictory ceremony of the second edition of the Constitution Day week-long celebration organized by the School of Law, Bennett University.
At Bennett University School of Law, we believe in nurturing not just legal practitioners but visionaries who understand the dynamic intersection of law, society, and technology. Our distinguished faculty, comprised of seasoned legal professionals and scholars, is dedicated to providing a comprehensive understanding of the law while emphasizing on the importance of critical thinking, ethical practice, and adaptability in the face of rapidly changing world. The Center of Constitutional Law Study is a forward-thinking academic institution dedicated to the scholarly examination of constitutional and public law subjects, along with the meticulous facets of political theory. Our paramount objective is to spearhead innovative research initiatives aimed at addressing enduring issues. Central to our mission is the cultivation of specialized expertise competencies, which we endeavor to amalgamate through interdisciplinary approaches. The center is profoundly devoted to scrutinizing intricate matter that wield substantial influence on societal domain. Its thematic exploration encompasses the application of constitutional principles such as justice, liberty, equality, fraternity, unity, and the integrity of the nation.
The Indian government designated November 26th as Constitution Day in 2015. A declaration was made by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on October 11th of that year during the inauguration of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's Statue of Equality Memorial in Mumbai. In 2021, Constitution Day coincided with the 131st birthday anniversary of Ambedkar, a pivotal figure in the Constitution's creation. Highlighting the significance of the Indian Constitution, the School of Law, Bennett University celebrated Constitution Week from November 18th to November 26, 2023, encompassing a wide range of events. Now moving forward, I would like to invite our Chief Guest, Hon'ble Mr. Justice Dipak Misra, 45th Chief Justice of India, our Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Ajit Ibrahim, our Dean School of Law, Professor Dr. Pradeep Kulshrestha, Professor Dr. Varsha Vahini, our Faculty Convener, Dr. Daksha Sharma, Professor Dr. Suvir Kapoor, and Professor Dr. Priyanka Chatterjee to partake in the traditional lighting of the lamp, symbolizing the dispelling of darkness and the pursuit of knowledge. Thank you so much, guest. I would now like to call upon Ribas, our university's cultural dance club under the student council, to perform Ganesh Vandana, which is an invocation to Sri Ganesha, the Hindu god of all beginnings.
दैवताय धीमहि श्रीराय गुणेशाय धीमहि अनन्ताय क्रतुण्डाय
Thank you so much, Ridans.
Now, we would like to invite Dr. Daksha Sharma to deliver the opening remarks.
Respected dignitaries, Honorable Mr. Justice Dipak Misra, 45th Chief Justice of India and Chief Guest of today's valedictory program, Professor Dr. Ajit Abraham Sir, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor Sir, Bennett University, Professor Dr. Pradeep Kumar Shrestha Sir, Dean, Professor at School of Law, Bennett University, my esteemed faculty colleagues and staff, dedicated and passionate student members of Center for Constitutional Law Studies, CCLS, my dear student friends of Bennett University, and all those who are present today. It is my sheer privilege to stand before you to deliver opening remarks for today's valedictory ceremony of Constitution Day week-long celebration, which is observed with utmost sincerity and dedication from 18th to 26th November 2023. Lordship, during all 8 days, we have witnessed various intellective legal insights of legal luminaries, representing all sections of legal fraternity. And today, on the auspicious occasion of the Constitution Day, we are highly privileged to have amongst us Honorable Mr. Justice Dipak Misra Sir, the 45th Chief Justice of India, and the name which needs no introduction. Lordship has given several landmark judgments which include Nalsa's case, Shabrimala's case, Aadhar's case, Navtej Johar and Joseph Shine's case, to name few. And all these judgments have been delivered for the cause of justice and for protecting fundamental rights of the citizens concerned. Lordship, our students and we all are growing while reading your judgments. At this occasion, I would like to thank CCLS also for organizing this 9-day long event. Today is the 9th day, which is the valedictory function, and this valedictory function is culminating into the best thought of preserving and protecting the spirit of the Constitution of India. We are expected to live the Indian Constitution, and during all these 9 days, this is addressed to respected dignitaries, we have observed that this spirit and this liveliness was there for observing the spirit of the Constitution. With this, I end my opening remarks and express my heartfelt gratitude to, double quotes, we, the people of India, double quotes closed, for making the Constitution Day week-long celebration a resounding success. Thank you one and all.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your opening remarks.
I would now like to invite the founder and secretary of the Center of Constitutional Studies, Mr. Kumar Aditya, to present the report of Constitution Day week-long celebration.
Thank you, Dakshita. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed faculty members, and my dear friends. I, Kumar Aditya, on behalf of Center for Constitutional Law Studies, School of Law, Bennett University, welcome you all to the valedictory ceremony of second edition of Constitution Day week-long celebration. It is with immense pleasure and honor that I stand before you today to summarize the remarkable event that unfolded during the week-long celebration of Constitution Day at Bennett University. This occasion has been a testament to the commitment of Bennett University, particularly the School of Law and the Center for Constitutional Law Studies, in upholding the principle of justice, liberty, equality, fraternity, unity, and integrity, the very essence of our Constitution. Our Constitution Week, spanning from 18th to 26th November 2023, has been nothing short of an exemplary success. We were privileged to host an array of distinguished personalities who have significantly contributed to the legal fraternity, both nationally and internationally. For the first day, the inaugural ceremony set the tone with Honorable Mr. Justice Rajesh Bendal, Judge Supreme Court of India, inaugurating the Center for Constitutional Law Studies. He emphasized the constitutional duties for societal progress and further discussing the evolution of basic structure doctrine and encouraging student involvement with the National Judicial Data Grid. Further, we had 3-day long international conference on transformative constitutionalism in India, featuring technical sessions where 50 plus participants from all over India had participated. And for the valedictory ceremony, we were graced by the presence of our chief guest, Professor Dr. Dilip Hoge, Honorable Vice Chancellor, MNLU Mumbai. Thus marked the end of third day. Further, for the fourth day, we had the privilege of hosting two Padma Shri awardees, Senior Advocate Parveen H. Parekh, sir, and Professor Dr. Upendra Bakshi, sir, our honorable guests, enlightened participants about the concept of the state under Article 12, its origination, expansion, and emerging constitutionalism, discussing these from various angles and relevant case laws as well as principles. For the fifth day, we were honored to have Honorable Miss Justice Indra Banerjee ma'am, former Judge Supreme Court of India, who in her enlightening discussion talked about the evolution of legal education and the profound impact of transformative constitutionalism on policy making and governance. After which, on sixth day, we had Honorable Professor Dr. G.S. Bajpai sir, Vice Chancellor, National Law University, Delhi, for a comprehensive lecture on victimological reading of criminal laws, delving into multifaceted nature of victimology. This surely was an eye-opening session for many of us and gave us a newer perspective towards victimology. For the seventh day, we were honored to host Honorable Justice Swatandra Kumar, former Judge, Supreme from open stage competition to today's Ganpati Vandana. Thank you everyone. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kumar Aditya, for summarizing the second edition of Constitutional Day Weeklong celebrations. Now, esteemed audience, it is a privilege to present a distinguished speaker for the inaugural remarks, Professor Dr. Pradeep Kulsist, the Dean of the School of Law at Bennett University. He brings an extensive 30-year wealth of experience and expertise in academic administration and legal research. An alumnus of Kurukshetra University and Jodhpur University, he has been conferred with an honorary doctorate from the National American University, USA, in recognition of its exceptional contribution to legal education. With an impressive scholarly portfolio comprising 10 authored books, 26 research papers, and conference presentations, Professor Kulsist's academic pursuit spanned constitutional law, comparative constitution, criminal justice, human rights, law of torts, consumer protection laws, labor laws, industrial relations, and clinical legal education. Professor Kulsist established a family dispute resolution clinic, aiding over 800 families in resolving disputes amid the challenges times of COVID-19 pandemic. His transformative leadership has been instrumental in elevating the School of Law to academic transform eminence. Without further delay, let us extend a cordial welcome to Professor Dr. Pradeep Kulsist as he shares his insight with us today.
Thank you very much. Honorable Lordship, very warm good morning. It is a moment of great privilege and an honor for all of us to extend a very cordial welcome to Chief Guest in the variety session, Hon'ble Mr. Justice Dipak Misra, the 45th Chief Justice of India. And we welcome Lordship on our personal behalf and on behalf of the Honorable Chancellor, Bennett University, Mr. Vineet Jain, Vice Chancellor, Bennett University, Professor Ajit Abraham, trustees, faculty colleagues, we have Professor Vinod Shastri with us. Thank you very much, sir. Dear residents, admin. As Honorable Judge of Constitutional Court for more than 2 decades, His Lordship has authored, as was told by Dr. Dakshar, leading judgments. Some of them are ahead of their times. And Lordship, after demitting office, is devoting considerable time to the cause of legal education. Because legal education plays a pivotal role in development of any nation. So once Lordship was telling me that almost 1/3 of his time he plans to keep for cause of education. And whenever I approach, thank you very much, Lordship, for being so benevolent. And I am under mentorship of Lordship since last many years. And whenever I get a time to listen the discourses of His Lordship, many of them are on YouTube also, they are treat to your ear. And Lordship commands huge respect among legal fraternity. And recently, Lordship has been kind enough to join us as eminent jurist and distinguished professor so that the future of legal education improves considerably. Thank you, Lordship, for being so benevolent. All of you must be reading constitutional law and the leading judgments. I'll tell you some of the languages which are so progressive. The Sabrimala temple judgment, the lines, quote, the dualism that persists in religion by glorifying and venerating women as goddesses on one hand and by imposing rigorous sanction on the other hand in matters of devotion has to be abandoned. Such a dualistic approach and an entrenched mindset results in indignity to women and degradation of their status, unquote. Similarly, if you see the another judgment in which Lordship led bench hold that there should be live streaming of important cases. In that, Honorable Lordship observed, quote, sunlight is the best disinfectant, unquote. Similarly, Aadhaar judgment, His Lordship led bench struck down section 57 of Aadhaar Act, which allowed sharing of citizen data with private entities. How much it is contemporary when we hear that all data or some of the data or large amount of data is available on dark web. This is so scary. Then Section 497 of Indian Penal Code was held unconstitutional because it, quote, treated a husband as the master. Any provision of the law affecting individual dignity and equality of women invites the wrath of the Constitution. It is time to say that husband is not master of the wife. Legal sovereignty of one sex over other sex is wrong. Unquote. So these are very powerful judgments. And Lordship is amalgamation of legal jurisprudence, English classic literature, Indian ancient wisdom. And my request that whenever you get a chance, you please read about these judgments. You can go on social media, YouTube, a lot of beautiful landmark speeches by His Lordship. Similarly, while awarding death sentence to Nirvaya gang rape accused, Lordship led bench remarked the casual manner with which she was treated and devilish manner in which they played with her identity and dignity is humanly inconceivable. It sounds like a story from a different world where humanity has treated with irreverence. Unquote. During protests over release of Hindi movie Padmavat, His Lordship held cinema is an art form, is an inseparable form of the right to freedom of speech and expression under Article 91A. So if I had to go through the leading judgments, I am sure that one life is not enough. As a mark of the respect and recognition of legendary legal jurisprudence of His Lordship, Professor Sri Krishna Deva Rao, Vice Chancellor, Nalsar, Hyderabad, has edited a must-read book, Reclaiming Dignity, Justice, Rights and Justice, fast script in the honor of Honorable Justice Dipak Misra. Lordship and his family has been devoting a lot of time to the public cause, and Lordship and his family have established a library in the ancestral place of His Lordship so that common people can get benefit, because libraries are huge driver of an individual growth. And I remember when I was a small child, I used to go to public library and finish all the books during summer vacations. So thank you very much, Lordship, for doing such a noble cause. Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor Professor Ajit Kumar is a leading researcher and professor of AI with over 1800 research publications to his credit. And as the Sanskrit proverb goes, Vidya Dadati Vinayam, he is humility personified. Very humble, approachable, no airs, anybody can approach. Thank you very much, sir, for leading us and giving all these values to us. With these words, once again, I, on my personal behalf and on behalf of management, faculty, deans, students, extend a very warm and cordial welcome to Honorable Lordship, with a request that Lordship kindly, if we can have him more often on the campus, that will make us, all of us, very grateful and nice. Thank you very much, Lordship.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inaugural remarks. Now, I would like to call upon Professor Pro Vice Chancellor Professor Dr. Ajit Abraham for addressing the audience. Professor Abraham is a prolific researcher in artificial intelligence domain. Dr. Abraham received his PhD degree in artificial intelligence from Monash University, Melbourne, Australia, the Master of Science degree from Nanyang Technological University, Singapore, and the BTech Honours degree in Electrical and Electronic Engineering from the University of California. With over 1400 research publications to his credit, he works in a multidisciplinary environment involving artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, web intelligence, web services, applied to various real-world problems. Let us extend our cordial welcome to Sir.
Honorable Justice Dipak Misra, Dean Professor Pradeep Kursestra, faculty colleagues, and my dear students. On behalf of our Chancellor and the entire Bennett University fraternity. It is my great pleasure to welcome all of you to this valedictory session. Let me first thank His Lordship for finding his valuable time from his busy schedule for being with us on a Sunday. I would like to thank all of you for being here on a Sunday. Let me take this opportunity to thank and congratulate the School of Law for organizing this wonderful week-long function, a very important program with a lot of interesting lectures, with a lot of interesting discussions. And to organize such a program is not very easy. So I'd like to especially thank Dr. Pradeep Kulshetra and his entire team for all the hard work. Let us put a big applause for their wholehearted work. Usually I stay late in the university. I have a lot of administrative work. And during the last several days, I was really witnessing School of Law faculty as well as students working on several aspects. So I would like to especially thank all of those volunteers who has really put a lot of personal efforts for making this program very successful. I am also proud about the School of Law, particularly the school is very active in organizing a lot of valuable events, not just for the school, but for the community at large. So I would again like to thank all the faculty for keeping up this good work. So it was on this day in 1949, Dr. Ambedkar proposed the constitution, which was formally adopted on January 26th. And if you look at the constitution itself, it is very simple, very easy to understand. How we talk about justice, liberty, equality, fraternity, and how it can be manipulated and interpreted in different ways according to the requirements. And it looks like I will slowly become a lawyer than becoming a scientist, because the more I talk with Dr. Pradeep, he's slowly educating me with different law aspects. And today morning he told about a very nice judgment, Keshav and Bharati versus Kerala, a Supreme Court judgment which says that even the constitutional certain aspects could be amended as long as it serves the community. So that is the beauty of our democracy and our justice system. And we are continuing our discussions. He was telling that computer science, AI is difficult and law is very easy. And again I was telling, it is the other way around. Because computer science, we deal with 0 and 1, very crisp information, precise information. But law, many things can be interpreted in different ways. So all of you are dealing with a very valuable profession, very interesting, challenging profession. Events like this, a week-long program enriched by various experts, I'm sure you will get different perspectives about the way we look at Constitution. And again, thanks to the school for organizing this wonderful opportunity for especially our students. And I'm sure this will also equip you to face the challenges in the future. And at university, we also would like to see a lot of events happening in the coming future, and the management and the leadership, all of you have our full support. So once again, thank you so much and wishing you all the best.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful ideas. Now, moving ahead with a heavy heart, let us all take a few moments to remember the former Supreme Court Judge, Justice Fathima Bibi, who we recently lost. Justice Fathima Bibi was India's first female Supreme Court judge. Born in 1927 in Kerala, she broke gender barriers as she pursued law despite societal norms. Justice Fathima Bibi's legal career began in 1950. She became a judge of Kerala High Court in 1983, and her impactful tenure led to her historical appointment to the Supreme Court in 1989, where she served until 1992. Justice Fathima Bibi's dedication and perseverance shattered glass ceilings, inspiring generations of women in law. Her life epitomized resilience, determination, and a commitment to justice, leaving an inedible mark on India's legal landscape as a trailblazing figure for gender equality. In the memory of Justice Fathima Bibi, I would request everyone to stand and observe a minute of silence.
You all may sit down. Esteemed audience, it is a privilege to present our chief guest, Honorable Mr. Justice Dipak Misra. Justice Dipak Misra hails from the state of Odisha. He enrolled as an advocate in 1977 and practiced constitutional, civil, criminal, revenue service and sales tax matters at the Odisha High Court and the Service Tribunal. After practicing as an advocate for 19 years, he was appointed as an additional judge of the Odisha High Court in 1996 and was subsequently transferred to the Madhya Pradesh High Court in 1997. He became a permanent judge on December 19, 1997. Justice Dipak Misra was appointed as the Chief Justice of the Patna High Court in 2009. He became the Chief Justice of the Delhi High Court in 2010. Finally, he was elevated as a judge of the Supreme Court of India in 2011 and sworn in as the 45th Chief Justice of India on August 28, 2007. In his career, he has rendered many notable judgments, among them rejecting the 1993 Mumbai serial blast convict Yaqub Memon's appeal to stay his execution and confirming death for the 4 Nirbhaya rape case convicts. Without further ado, let us extend a cordial welcome to the Honorable Mr. Justice Dipak Misra.
Dr. Ajit Abraham, Vice Chancellor, Bennett University, Professor Jurist, Dean School of Law, Dr. Lakshya Sharma, the coordinator, as I see the post behind
today's function in a way. And my dear young judge of law or in law and their mentors, that is the members of the Faculty of Law, ladies and gentlemen. I must say, I'm extremely delighted to know that the Bennett University, especially this constitutional wing which you have constituted, has been celebrating since 9 days on the constitutional aspects. It's really delightful and shows your mental patience, perseverance, and dedication. See, centuries back, almost 2000 years back or slightly more, one of the Greek philosophers was asked, why organic document? It constitutes the pulse and the essential marrow of our constitutional philosophy. It doesn't need special emphasis to state that the preamble serves as a prelude or an introduction to the Constitution, and it's a part of the Constitution. And the objectives set out therein contain the basic structure of the Constitution, and it has been so said in case 1 and part 3. Never forget. The preamble encapsulates within it certain written and unwritten principles that act as the elevated guiding lines which are vital for working of a healthy and flourishing constitutional democracy. During the Constituent Assembly debates, the preamble was often referred to as the soul of the Indian Constitution, whereby it has been stated, and I quote, the preamble is the most precious part of the Constitution. It is the soul of the Constitution. It's a key to the Constitution. It's a proper yardstick with which one can measure the worth of the Constitution. Before adverting to other quintessential aspects of the Constitution as delineated in the preamble, let me first allude to the which was at the center of thought of our constitutional framers, whom we lovingly call fathers of the Constitution, and naturally so. But the preamble of the Constitution was framed with great care and deliberation so that it reflects the noble objectives of bringing into vitality the lifeblood and the spirit of Indian nation, which at its birth was brimming with energy. The spirit of the Constitution was recognized. That is why I've deliberately used here the spirit of the Constitution. By virtue of the term socialist in the preamble, a duty has been cast on each of us to strive and achieve this constitutional objective of socialism. Each one of us in this regard must endeavor to abdicate the dominating element of perpendicular pronoun "I" in every action of ours. When speaking in the context of the constitutional aspirations, we must keep firmly in mind the famous English saying that one should not perpendicularize his or her own self. When you use the pronoun I, it sets up an expressive idea of egotism, I-ism. And for us, as a nation, in order to achieve the targeted destination of socialism, we must inculcate the virtue of collective, humanistic, and humble approach to the society in a different way, so that we really participate in the growth of democratic socialism. The next aspect is secular. The secular character of the Indian Constitution is the most significant constitutional concept, which runs as a common thread throughout the Indian constitutional philosophy, binding together the unity and diversity culture of India. The state's responsibility to sustain this secular constitutional philosophy has been aptly described by the observations of the Supreme Court in mob lynching case. And I quote, national life and the popular sentiment into policies. The representatives thus act on behalf of the people at large and remain accountable to the people for their activities as lawmakers. Therefore, representative form of governance comes out as a device to bring to fore the popular will. Unquote. The thought behind the passage is you can't ignore an elected government. You must understand the inherent idea behind this passage, and the idea will be centrally at home when you read the entire judgment. The Constitution of India aims to secure to its citizens social, economic, and political justice. It would not be out of place to state that the basic conception of democracy can only be preserved as a priceless treasure if and only if justice remains and reigns and rules supreme, and unjustness and inequity in the social, democratic, and political spheres are kept at bay. It's very easy to say. That is why, long back, Justice Carnot, I hope you know about him, heard about him. He had said, but look at the preservation. The web is entangled and obscure, shot through with a multitude of shades and colors. The skeins irregular and broken. Many hues that seem to be simple are found when analyzed to be a complex and uncertain blend to justice itself, which we are prone to appeal to as a test as well as an ideal, may mean different things to different minds and at different terms. Attempts to objectify its standards or even to describe them have never wholly succeeded. Unquote. I like to explain here to you. You see, a sense of justice, when you think, one may say, this is justice. One may say, this is not justice. The other may say, why do you say so? Logic, many things, ideas can begin. That is why the fundamental idea is Justice is just when it is not in conflict with the constitutional ideas, parameters, norms, values, and conventions. Am I clear to you? Okay. Now let me read a passage from another judgment of the Supreme Court of India in the concept with regard to the concept of justice. Justice in its connotative expansive engulfs the liberalism of an ocean, the magnanimity of the sun, the sternness of a mountain, the simplicity of a saint, the austerity of a Spartan, and the humility of a leader. The concept of justice has to remain embedded in spite of adversities. It should remain unshaken, unterrified, unperturbed, and loyal to the rule of law. And that is why justice is called the queen of all virtues. The inspiring preamble to our Constitution shows that one of its cherished objectives assured to all its citizens the liberty of thought, expression, belief, and worship. It's liberty which infuses spirit and energy into life and make it sparkle. It's liberty that aids in developing the growth of human mind and individuality. That is why Henry Patrick once announced, maybe slightly dramatically, but it is absolutely correct. Give me liberty or give me death. Give me liberty or give me death. Liberty, in every sense of the word, forms the most priceless asset for the human race. The virtue of liberty is entrenched in the hearts of men and women and the primary aim and objective of the Indian Constitution, with the preamble as its head note, is to ensure that its citizenry liberty is attained with full force. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, we have to remember him today. We are obligated in law to remember him. We are also ethically obliged to keep him in our memory as students of law, as citizens of this country. He spoke about fraternity. Fraternity finds place in preamble. He says, without fraternity, equality and liberty would be no deeper than coats of pen. Understand the gravity of this line and his focus on fraternity. Fraternity essentially means brotherhood and common interest. In a diversified country like ours, it would not amount to an overstatement if it is said that fraternity is an intrinsic value inherent in our constitutional assurance. It warrants mutual respect and concern for each other's dignity. The preamble to the Constitution, which our founding fathers finally settled after the Constitution was framed, conforms to the ideals and aspirations of the people embodied in our magnificent Constitution. It's an invocation of the grand and organic document. When we celebrate today the Constitution Day, we should remind ourselves that our speech and actions are in accord with, in consonance with the constitutional grammar and philosophy. Thank you very much for your courteous, real courteous.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us with your words. Sir, correctly remarked and explained how the preamble is the soul and key of the Constitution. Moving forward, in the esteemed presence of our Honorable Mr. Justice Dipak Misra, CCLS takes immense pride in announcing the abstract book release on transformative constitutionalism in India, with Chief Editor being Professor Dr. Pradeep Kulshrestha, co-editors being Dr. Daksha Sharma, Dr. Subir Kapoor, and Dr. Priyanka Chatterjee. The ISBN numbered abstract book shall be made available in 10 days to all the concerned stakeholders. Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, brace yourself for the much awaited prize distribution ceremony. I would like to call upon our chief guest, Hon'ble Mr. Justice Dipak Misra, along with other dignitaries to please come forward and felicitate the winners. The first competition is the National Case Law Analysis Competition. On third position, we have Vandita Gupta. On second position, we have Ekta Dwivedi. And on third position, on first position, we have Kumar Aditya and Savarchan Rimal. Next, we have the National Poster Making Competition. On third position, we have Pallavi Pankaj Agarwal. On second position, we have Harshita Verma. And on first position, we have Anchal Mittal. Next, we have the National Book Review Competition. On second position, we have Dhanvi Chaube. On first position, we have Kumar Aditya and Samar Jhunjhunwala. Next, we have the National Quiz Competition. On third position, we have Abhinav Male and Ketan Saxena. On second position, we have Ashish Mishra and Amisha Bhatt. And on fourth position, we have Shubham, Ranjan and Shantanu Vyas. For the National Legislative Analysis Competition, on third place we have Samar Jhunjhunwala. On second place we have Kumar Aditya and Naveen Sharma. And on fourth place we have Prashansha Agarwal. Open stage, on third place we have Rudransh Parashar.
All right.
On second place we have Aanchal Mittal. And on first place, Animesh Dubey. I'd like to call all the winners at once. I'm just going to take your names. You're requested to please come forward for a photograph. Isha Raje, Oshin Singh, Neeti Mehta, meme making competition. Hardik Maheshwari, Shrestha Singh, Abhinav Dabas, Strajit Bali Mathur, treasure hunt. Harsh Mishra, Utwal for legal Damshara. Himanshu Pathak, Vishwas, Chaitanya, Ashish Mishra, Pallavi Agarwal. Second place, legal Damshara. Rachit Khanna, Yateen, Hardik and Yatharth, legal Damshara.